This isn't clickbait, it's your warning shot. In the UK, eBay has already dropped the hammer. Buyers now pay hidden fees, sellers are forced to use eBay shipping labels, and worst of all, payouts are held until delivery is confirmed. Your money on hold for days. If you're a US eBay seller, what you're about to hear could change everything you thought you knew about how this platform works. Because if eBay rolls out these policies worldwide, your control, cash flow, and your competitive edge could disappear overnight. Delayed payouts, forced shipping fees, buyer protection fees, and nobody is talking about it yet. If you sell on eBay in the US, this is not optional, it's essential. Watch it, share it, send it to every seller you know before it's too late. In the UK, we got no heads up. You just did. Let's get into the detail now. This isn't speculation. eBay's already surveying US sellers about managed shipping. They already have got the survey out and are testing the feedback. It could be coming your way anytime soon. So we now have a buyer protection fee. Buyers pay up to 4% plus 75 pence per item per individual eBay listing, and that is added to checkout, and eBay take that money. It only applies to private sellers, not business accounts. Sellers in the UK, private sellers, no longer pay final value fees. But with the buyer protection fee, they have lost pricing control. It creates unfair competition, and buyers are now choosing business accounts over private accounts to avoid this buyer protection fee. Automatically, no chance of opting out applied to every eBay sale. eBay in the UK have now introduced a money model, or have suddenly become the bank of eBay. UK private sellers are paid only after the delivery of an item is confirmed. You do not get payment until that item that you have shipped has been delivered, and the funds, the money, are held for 2 days after a tracked confirmation that that item has been delivered. There are no exceptions for unpaid or untracked postage. That can take eBay to give you your money back in 30 days. They can hold on to that money if you do not use a tracked postal service and the tracking number does not say it is delivered. eBay can keep hold of your money for up to 30 days. The best you will get your money, the quickest you will get your money from eBay in the UK as a private seller now is 2 days after the item you sold has been delivered to the buyer. Simple delivery mandate. Yes, eBay now forces sellers to use prepaid labels, and they are from selected couriers only. And these are couriers that have been selected by eBay. There is no control to a private seller in the UK over shipping or the service that you can choose to send that item. eBay will pocket the difference between the rate that the buyer pays, or if you're offering free postage, the rate that you pay to eBay, and the negotiated rate that they have with the courier. eBay keeps that money. eBay does not pass that postage money on. eBay keeps all that postage money, and eBay sends you a prepaid label. As a seller, you lose flexibility over what postal services you can use, and also, especially in rural areas, and if you've got bulky items, this is causing a complete and utter breakdown of how the system works and a mass exodus of private sellers. The impact on US sellers be pricing transparency drops. Buyers may abandon private listings due to the hidden fees. The cash flow is disrupted. Delayed payments could cripple part-time or low-volume sellers. The shipping control that you once had has now gone. It is totally lost. You are forced to use a label, and you don't have the courier of your choice. No more cost control on how much you would charge the buyer. This is all set by eBay. Returns. Now, returns could get risky because you have never seen any of that initial postage money from the buyer. Now, if you are forced to pay for a return and then a subsequent refund of the original postage, how is that going to be done? And is that going to be done correctly? The strategic implications are UK sellers would need to shift to business accounts to avoid all these fees. That's what's been happening in the UK. If people are either leaving, not selling on eBay UK, or they are being forced to change into business accounts. If you're continuing with a private account, you've got to recalculate your margin to absorb all these buyer side fees. If you cannot pass them on to the buyer and the buyer refuses to pay, you're just not going to sell your items unless you take those fees and absorb them into your profits. And you've got to rethink listing strategies to totally stay competitive with any of the other sellers out there. Are they adjusting? Are they absorbing prices? Or are they passing it on to the buyers? These are all totally different to the way that you operate eBay as a private seller at the moment. Seller, this isn't just a UK problem. It's a preview. eBay's already testing the waters with surveys and pilot programs. They are already looking at expanding the eBay Money Bank of eBay into Europe and further afield. They are already sending out surveys to the US for the simple delivery shipping model. So ask yourself, are you ready to lose control of your shipping? Are you ready for buyers to pay fees you didn't choose? And are you ready to wait days for your money? Because if not, now's the time to speak up, adapt, and prepare. As you can tell, I am not a professional YouTuber. I have missed all options to do call outs, for you to comment, for you to subscribe, for you to like, smash the like button. But if you did enjoy any part of this video, then yeah, like, subscribe, and come along for the ride with me on the eBay journey over however long it is. But it's interesting to see that the UK has become a guinea pig for a lot of the eBay policies they want to try out. The eBay money and them holding the payments and them keeping control of the money is already muted to be going into Italy. And I don't think the Italians are going to take too well to that. But hey, we had to suck it up over here in the UK. The simple delivery was a shock when I found out they were testing that in the USA, because the geographical impact of that and the multitude and the cost of shipping within the USA. That is going to be a mammoth task to undertake. It's not working effectively in the UK now. It's got problems. People don't like it. Trying to get that into the huge, vast area of the USA is going to be a challenge for a lot of the eBay people involved, and an experience for the customers that are forced to use it. It's not like you can just do it for one state at a time or one region at a time. They had to do it big bang approach here in the UK. Now, the buyer protection fee is a total rip-off. If that makes it to the USA, I don't know. That's come into the UK so that they can basically drop selling fees to compete with the likes of Vinted on the UK marketplace, because there's no selling fees and the buyer pays a protection fee. You are covered by item not as described laws in the UK, so I've no idea why this buyer protection fee has been introduced, because if it's mail selling, if it's distance selling in the UK, and the buyer receives an item that's not as described, they have a legal right to return it. It's just to protect eBay in case there's any dubious sellers out there. Now, it's interesting. It's going to be something to watch. I'm going to probably be putting more videos up. If you are around still reading, reading, you're listening, unless you've got the closed captions on, and it's going to be great. There's lots of other videos that I've put up on how to increase sales, and a whole article on the Cassini algorithm. And there's also a whole section now that I've just started to touch into, which is the introduction of long tail item specifics and how that can interact with Cassini to get the right type of buyer, and buyers out there that have an intent to purchase with a specific query. So when you put your item in front of them, they are more than likely clicking buy it now, because it's quality that people want looking at their items, not necessarily quantity. We don't need tire kickers. So stay with me, subscribe, smash the like button, share to all your friends, all that stuff, because I read that in a how to improve my YouTube channel video. And thanks again for everybody who takes the time out to comment, who takes the time out to watch me and puts up with my monotone English accent. Thank you very much.